Hi Alexander, my name's Daphne. I'm one of the essay correctors here at artspodcast.com. Thanks so much for sending in your essays for correction. Great to have you with us. I'm very sorry about this. I've just seen your comment here. Now, I am not sure the video you're talking about, but I've sincerely apologised about this. That should not have happened. I have passed your comment immediately up to Ben and Emily and asked them to investigate. Thank you so much for pointing that out to me. So let's look. Here we go. Task 1. You're going to visit a family. Write a letter to the host family. So it's very important when you do your these tasks, you read the instructions really carefully. So if you're staying with a family, you wouldn't write dear sir or madam. You'd write dear Mr. and Mrs. Green, for example, and then your ending would be kind regards. So very important that you get the beginning and the ending right. Okay, that's absolutely crucial. That's the first thing that the examiner is going to look at. So just check your word count here, 195. Yeah, my name's Alexander, writing this letter with regard. Yep, okay, that's fine. We don't. I mean, okay, you can put that, but we want to try and avoid the same words as there if we can. It is highly likely that your family will be my host family. Well, we know that they will be, so that sentence is not useful. You could say, I am something more friendly. I'm really looking forward to coming to stay with you. Thank you so much for hosting me. So my comment there would be just read the question carefully and respond according to the question. These set phrases, I'm really looking forward to doing something. You need to include that. First of all, I'd like to let you know it'll be my first time I will be in the UK. Okay, we wouldn't really phrase it like that. You might say, I am quite excited because it's the first time I have been to the UK. You need to use the present perfect there. You're not using a future, you're using present perfect. First time I have been in the UK. I have experience visiting different countries, and I realise it's crucial to be aware of the rules and customs of the country you're planning to go to. Lovely. I'm delighted if, good. I wouldn't use hence, a little bit old-fashioned, but I'd be delighted if you could provide information on. That's fantastic. What I probably have to do and what I should avoid doing in the UK. Okay, this for me is too vague. That could be a very, very, very long email that they write back to you. You need to be more specific on what I might need for hiring a car when I arrive, and additionally, if there are any great, I don't know, vegetarian restaurants nearby, or if it's how long it would take me to get to Oxford from where you live. Go for something more specific, go for something more more detailed. The more detailed you are, the more personal you are to this actual context, the better marks you're going to score. Furthermore, too formal for okay in task 2, not for task 1. But this is nice. Let me provide some details. Okay, my flight should take place. Yeah, I should be at the airport approximately 1. Estimate. Good, that's fine. Fine, good. You've got lots of shoulds going on. You could mix that up a little bit, but otherwise, nice letter, well done, good. So my message there is read the question carefully and be more specific to your context. So task 2, international marketing. This is a difficult essay. Invasive and an intrusion. You need to show you know what that means. And then others argue it's a necessary economical form of education. Okay, discuss both views. So, although many people argue that international marketing might be seen as aggression and intervention, good vocab, into the country, a different point of view exists, comma, don't use that punctuation, that it, you don't need to repeat this, is crucial, and it forms education as well as, yeah, okay. So, yes, you've paraphrased very nicely, but you haven't shown me that you actually understand the question, and they're two slightly different things. So paraphrasing, fantastic, but showing me you really understand the question is very important. Now, this essay is actually about advertising. It's not about trade. A lot of people write this essay as if it were about trade. It's slightly misleading, intentionally, I think, from IELTS. But this really is about advertising. Might be seen as an aggression, an intervention. So I would moderate that. It's very strong language. I would go as inappropriate, and sometimes unwelcome. Do it that way. There's for me, more suitable adjectives there. And then I want you to tell me why, because, or due to. Give me a little bit of something. And then here I would just put however. Others argue it's crucial and could help to educate or something like that. So yes, paraphrase, but also show me you understand. You've got to give your opinion now. Don't make the examiner wait. So structurally, you want your opinion here a little bit, I believe. It's a positive, or it's a excellent form of allowing people to understand each other better, something like that. So you need to get your opinion in there. So to begin with, it is true that international marketing can be considered as an invention into the country because, since it affects the domestic economy badly. Okay, you need to moderate that. It's a very strong statement, and we need to get it onto advertising. Could, sometimes. You need to use a lot of this language for hedging, academic hedging. So we're using the modal verbs, we're using sometimes, frequently, occasionally, we're using those adverbs as well. Could sometimes be seen as I would go, not welcomed, so slightly changing my words, into a country, since it might affect the domestic economy badly. Why? Me are going to say why, how. So you need to tell me more before your example. Your example comes at the end. Here you need to tell me why. So this is because. Yeah? So you develop it more. And then later on in the paragraph, example. As an example, or for instance, in Russia, customers are more likely to find potatoes from Egypt rather than Russia because were cheaper and tastier. Customers had been buying only. Okay, so that whole example could just be 2 lines. What I want more of, so you need to shorten that example. Good idea, but shorten it. But get back into the idea of marketing. So were they advertised? What was the advertisement? So advertisement, marketing, campaigns. Were they sold? Were people buying them because they were lots of adverts on TV, social media? You want to get the whole lexical field of vocab from advertising into this. Then use that as an example, but you need to kind of, the thing I mention to students sometimes is a company like McDonald's. So McDonald's have a very high marketing budget, so they can advertise their food everywhere, and then that might mean that the local restaurants can't compete with that advertising, so they go out of business. That would be the problem. That would be why it's unwelcome. So you need to put however here, because you can't have on the one hand. So there's evidence that international marketing can be beneficial. Okay, and then, so again, develop this how and why. So on the structure of these paragraphs. So this is something Ben talks about on the course, how to structure your paragraph. So you're making a topic statement and then giving me a long example. I want you to restructure this paragraph differently, and we show you exactly, sentence by sentence, how to build your paragraph to get it suitable for an IELTS essay. A lot of this is to do with how you develop what you do after this sentence. Asian restaurants, okay, could not have been possible, present perfect, if governments had not partnered. It's actually a third conditional you're going into. Since they provide more job opportunities for locals. Yes, I like that example there, but you need to develop this first, and then we need to make sure your tenses are correct. So actually it's the third conditional which would work very well there, if you can just get that absolutely right. I personally think it should not be seen as invasive. Okay, Can be a negative effect. The overall contribution is more, absolutely. So you've got some good things here. You've got some nice ideas. What it would be great to do is to try and work with you to get this into the right shape for IELTS. So check out the course. I'm not sure if you've done the exam before. The course offers you, as I say, these video modules on how to build your essay. Lots of practice like this, taking you through the stages of practicing and improvement and getting lots of feedback. I hope that helps you. Good luck.